Meatball, we're on a different episode. What is this, episode 18?
Yeah.
You still talking about this Baddies chain, bro? And you were with these bitches for months. You telling me months you was still thinking about Baddies?
It was a month.
A month, 4 weeks. You still thinking about a Baddies chain, bro? And even after the fact,
She can't sleep.
she can't eat,
bro.
She can't eat.
That's why she was not trying to share that shrimp with Biggie.
Yo, stop.
This the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, rock, top, top.
All right, so welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jessie Strange.
Yes, lovely co-host. And today we obviously are bringing you another Baddies motherfucking recap.
Yep.
You guys love that shit. So we're here to talk about the latest episodes.
Yeah, we skipped one, so we're doing 3 episodes this time.
We are.
Episode 17, 18, and 19,
Yeah.
the one that just came out.
Right,
Mhm.
correct.
So, for those of you who are new,
We are a pop culture podcast, so welcome to the Petty Headquarters. If you are new here, we do cover reality TV, celebrity drama. Well, reality TV mostly like Zeus Network Baddies, but other than that, celebrity drama and different pop culture trending topics. So yeah, if you guys love what you hear, stick around. Even if you don't love what you hear, stick around. Maybe you'll learn a new perspective. I don't know. But yeah, with that being said, we are here to bring you your weekly dose of mess.
yes.
So let us just jump right into it.
I was just going to say, we got to jump right into it. And we're going to try to speed run through this shit because 3 episodes.
Three
we
episodes.
are behind
Yeah, for
because
sure.
we was doing our little camping, you know? So, episode 17, where does that leave us off?
The dinner.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so when we had ended last, Callie and Jelly Bean had their own little thing at the dinner because Jelly was just like, I just want to say I love you guys. After Gretch was like, guys, I'm leaving. Nobody cared. Jelly was like, I just want to say I love you guys. And Callie was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You snuck me. Like, you don't love nobody. So basically that was essentially the whole start
And
of
then
that stupid argument.
They started doing this food fight shit and
Yeah, so
DTV.
weird.
They
Well,
were just
yeah.
throwing food. Bitches can't eat. They
Yo,
just go be
bitches
starving.
really can't eat. I'm like, damn, like I can't even eat my little spring roll. I would be tight.
I know.
Especially you was starving all day.
But you know that whole fight was fake. Like it just
Which one
felt-
with Callie and Jelly?
Yeah.
Really? You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're probably right.
She was just bored, like out of nowhere. Like, yeah, I get it. Jelly snuck her, but all like it was uncalled for the throwing of the food.
yeah,
and shit. Like
definitely
you know.
uncalled for.
It was like they needed that dinner was supposed to be more exciting, and producers were like, "Oh shit, this isn't going as planned. Can somebody get mad and fight?" Like,
yeah, I agree. I feel like that's what it was, and that's initially what Nunu said after the show when she was like, "How producers told me to start with Ahna Mac."
mhm.
But in the midst of that, Jayla decided to get up because she
Mhm.
saw Gretch getting up, trying to like, I guess, have Callie's back. And it was just so weird because I'm like, Jayla, can we just stop?
Yeah, she's a hypocrite, yo.
Can we stop? Because you inserted yourself in so many other people's beef.
Mhm.
Why can't Gretch stand up for her friend?
Yeah, she wasn't really doing anything.
Right,
anyways.
because my thing is, you were ready to fight for Natalie too. Like when in the first few episodes when they had the dinner,
Yep.
and Callie came out strong as hell with Natalie. Jayla, you are ready to fight for Natalie. Like you are ready to fight for so many different people. So many, a lot of the times that we've seen you on the show and even in past seasons. So I'm just confused. Why are you telling Gretch she can't fend for her friend? It's just weird.
And what kind of annoys me is that everybody's forgotten that when before Jayla even came onto the season, right? She literally told us she's gonna prove this season. She's gonna
Yup.
turn them. She gave the impression that she was gonna do the most
yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah.
And she's doing exactly that.
Mhm.
And it's annoying because I hate someone who's not only older, but then pretends to be this wise woman who is better than thou and wears all white and she's above all this. Yet you sit there and you're still like, I mean, let's be real. you're just not picking on Gretch, but at the end of the day, you just have a vendetta towards Gretch. So you just want to fight her any moment you can.
Yeah, that's what it gives. And my thing is, like, you're talking about letting your friend stand on business in a confessional. That's what she said. Like, Gretch should let Callie stand on business. But there's been many times when you didn't let Natalie stand on business with her friends or whoever was trying to fight her. You ready to bat for her. So I'm just like, okay, that's a little weird. But, you know, that basically proves your point with her wanting to be just have this vendetta towards Gretch. She just don't like her. That's it.
That's her only storyline anyways.
One of the things that I want to point out about Nunu is that every time she has nothing else to say, she's bringing up her baby daddy. And for me, it feels like, is that your whole identity? Like, is that all to you? Is your baby daddy? Talking about, Ahna, you need to call my baby daddy. And then this whole thing on the internet that allegedly Ahna slept with Nunu's baby daddy or some shit, because then her baby daddy decided to tweet some bullshit. Listen, that's not the point. So I'm not even gonna show all of that, because like that's mad messy. Your whole baby daddy.
It's another he said
Ugly.
she said shit.
It is. But it was just so weird. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
she keep bringing him up.
She kept bringing him up. I get it. Like, what is he, a famous football player? Like, I listen, an athlete, famous athlete for those that don't know. But it's just, girl, like, is there nothing else to you other than the fact that you are this famous athlete's baby mama? Like, that's all you want to be known as? That's it? You don't want to develop your own identity? I mean, I guess to each their own, but that was what I noticed, and that was just something that I didn't really like with Antonio Brown. That's her baby daddy's name, Antonio Brown, famous athlete for those that don't know. If you're into sports, you probably know him, but you know, I'm not really into sports like that.
Yeah, well, speaking of Nunu and Callie, Nunu started twerking, which I thought was interesting because Callie want to act like she want to fight, but then when Nunu turns around,
not Nunu, Jelly.
Was it? Oh, Jelly. It was Jelly. Sorry. When Jelly turns around, that's the one time that Callie tried to sneak her. Yeah, which was like kind of corny because it's I don't know. Callie's giving she don't really want to fight. Again, this goes back to the same thing. Yeah, it's just very fake. You know, the food fighting, but then only want to run up on Jelly when she turns around, but you don't want to like stand on it.
Right, for sure. And that's my problem with this season. Why I just feel like it doesn't feel organic. And this is why I'm going to stand on this. Baddies West is the best season because that was real beef between Stunna Girl and Tommy. They carried that whole season. And you know it was genuine beef that they had. And Stunna's the type, she gonna go to hell. You go low, she going to hell. And she not letting up. The neck is gonna stay, the foot is gonna stay on your neck and she is not letting up. You see the shit she hit with her ex-husband or whatever. She is on his neck. And that's not the point either. But still, Stunna Girl and Tommy Lee had real beef and they carried that season. This season, it feels like nobody really has beef like that.
They do, but I feel like what makes this season different is that like the last seasons, it was that one beef between those people and that would be the whole season. This one, it's like, hey, let's fight. And then we make up. Hey, let's fight. And then we make up. Hey, let's fight. And then let's hug and twerk. Like, it's just, you know, it's very quick. It's meaningless, I guess.
Yeah. There's no real beef. That's the point. I mean, I guess Gretch and Jayla, that was like real. Not taken away from that. That was real. I'm not saying that there weren't real incidents that happened. There were, but this season just feels like it's very
there's a lot of girls that want to prove something. That's what it feels like. I'm gonna fight to prove my worth to Zeus that word.
So it's just fighting with no purpose. It's just fighting with nothing. You're not even mad. Like, you're not upset about anything. Nobody even did anything to you. You're just fighting just to fight. Where at that point, that for me, that's when it just looks like, okay, what's the point of this? Like, this is meaningless. This feels very like not organic. It feels very fake. It feels, you know, not genuine at all. And you can tell, even if it's TV, you can still tell, which is how we can tell about certain people when they're acting like clout chasers, or when you can tell people are trying to prove a point. It feels like that. Yeah. So that's when it doesn't really feel organic. It doesn't really feel like, oh, wow, this is some drama. This is some tea. Like, you know, when you'll see people that really have drama, really, it's some serious shit, and they have issues with each other, you feel that.
Yeah.
So this season, it just feels like everything is just very, very calculated and constructed meticulously. And that's the part where I'm like, I feel that. Now, it feels a little corny to watch.
I don't know if it's more than just that, though, because that's last season. Last season felt calculated and
let's meet up,
orchestrated.
Yeah.
I feel like last season is a great example of real calculated beef, and even picking the people in it was very calculated. I feel like this is a little different, and I really can't put my finger on it yet. I do want to circle back at the after the whole season's done, when I digest everything, to really pinpoint it, because there's something different and fake about it, but I can't really come to words or terms with it yet. However, I do want to talk about this boring ass scene where Gretch and Callie's so sad that Gretch is gone. No one cares that Gretch is gone but Callie. And then we just get the recap
with Callie in the bed on FaceTime with Gretch.
We did
not need that scene. And that's another thing. I feel like this season is just full of fluff that we don't need. You know, it's not even wholesome fluff. Like, it's just fluff. Like, there's no meaning to the fluff. But I mean,
I feel like this is every season, though. Every season has its fluff.
But this season, it's worse.
Fluff.
It's worse. I don't know what it is. And that's how you know the producers were pressed to start drama.
No, you know what it is. I'll tell you what it is. What's different is that the fluff before, you would still have connected with a relationship. There's so many girls.
Clock it.
There's so many girls in this season that you, not only is it fluff, but then you don't care because you never had enough time to care. You never had enough time to see a real relationship between Gretch and Callie. Yeah, you saw a little bit, but I'm talking about more than that.
That's
like something to make you feel.
Yeah, I think that's what this season is lacking. Like the connections.
That's what I'm saying.
And the emotions and the ties. And you're right. Like having so many girls in the cast, I feel like takes away from us connecting with the girls on the show.
Like you literally last season, you got to see Tasiki. We got to meet her for the first time. And then you also had to see, you saw character growth. You saw her go from being this loud, I'm a ride for my sister, I'm a beat your ass up, Natalie, to being friends with Natalie and being betrayed by your sister at the end. Now, you can't even develop that emotional connection to a new baddie because there is no time to.
That is such a good point. And I feel like that is one of the things that this season is missing. Like the just the connection and the ability to connect with the girls on the show, because there's like 15, 20 girls. You lose that connection with the audience and the talent on the show. You lose that. You lose the storyline.
Yeah.
Because at that point, there is no storyline because there's just so much going on that y'all are just doing shit. And again, because there's so many girls and everybody has so much to prove, they're just doing shit to do it. Yeah. It doesn't even feel like there's a story constructed. Like even if it's fake or constructed, still make me have a storyline. Like there's no consecutive storyline at all that flows well together. And I don't know who the producers are, but y'all not doing y'all job and knowing how to construct a good story. You know, you're just trying to have fights. Okay, cool. Fights are cool, but we still want to see the girls have some type of, there's other types of drama, you know that, right? That will allow us to be intrigued.
Yeah, and so this scene with Gretch just feels like they're just forcing it down our throat. You know, like no one really cared. No one.
Yeah, I don't
except
know.
Callie.
I really don't know who's in charge of like really choosing the scenes, what to add in, what to take out, because what they're choosing, it feels like it's not even a cohesive storyline. So it just feels like we're missing bits and pieces.
But not for nothing, I feel like that's always been a problem. But the difference, and this goes back to the same thing, right? Zeus has always had a problem with creating of a storyline other than just fighting, right? They've always had that problem since South, really.
Yeah, agreed.
So I don't think that's the issue, but what makes it more fucked up now is, again, the revolving door of women that just keep coming. Does anybody remember that Aubrey O'Day was on there? Because, like, bro, she was, like, so, like, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just, like, weird. Like, it's weird. Because not only is it the same issues that we see, the girls recapping the same thing we just watched. Yeah. The girls, like, we literally just watched this. Now we got to watch the girls recap it amongst themselves. Why? That's a huge thing. And then there's no storyline. The girls are just, you know, this is the first season where they're kind of doing something. You know, they kind of do something here and there, but it's really nothing to it. So it's the same problem. However, it feels less connectivity because there is a revolving door of women in and out, in and out, in and out.
That's making it worse, actually.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And also in this episode, keep in mind that this is where the replacements are finally moving in.
Yes.
So, you know, they're hella hyped about moving into this big grand house. You know, and I feel like that's how you know things were getting dry, because they were like, all right, let's move the replacements in. Because the whole time you didn't have them staying in the same house with you. You had them traveling with you. We never saw them. Now, all of a sudden, they're moving in the house. It's very obvious and, you know, apparent that things got stale and dry in the house. And like, hey, let's move the replacements in. So the replacements come in, you know. Oh, this is when Jelly leaves. This is when we find out.
I was going to say, we randomly get hit with
the fact that Jelly Bean is leaving.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck? Like, what was the point of you even being here if you were just going to leave?
Yeah, it was something about her past traumas. Something like that she had mentioned.
Yeah, like she just doesn't want to be triggered or something like that. Which, you know, I respect her for that, because I feel like not a lot of people learn that early on. They learn that after they get hit with the fan on this damn network.
Yeah, when she said that a lot of these girls are damaged, is what she said on her confessional.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
And that's why they're there. But, you know, I mean, it's true. And like, you know, get money how you get it, but clearly there's still a disconnect, and that's why you're there. So with that being said, we get hit with that. And then after that, this is where things get emotional with Tinkerbella and Meatball.
Yes.
With that beach scene. Wow, we're so behind, yo. This is where we see that crazy, explosive, heated argument between Tink and Meatball on the beach, where Scotty's there and Biggie's there. And this scene for me was so important. And you felt that. Yeah. You felt that. That was real. And not for nothing, everything that Meatball was saying during that scene, it just further proved our point about her honestly just hating on her, not giving her her flowers or her credit when it's due, when she deserved it, and just being weird. How did you feel about that scene?
You know, at first, I said the same thing, right? Like, she really is a hater. She became defensive. Meatball was very defensive immediately. Didn't even really give the time. Like, she's definitely not a talker.
No.
And she just likes to move on and forget about things, which I've noticed about her.
Because as soon as Tank wanted to talk to her, she came in, she wasn't coming in hot, and then Meatball immediately gets up, starts walking away, tells me, I don't want to talk because now you want to talk because the cameras are there, and starts this whole thing.
That's an important comment. She said because the cameras are there. So at first I thought to myself, man, like, you know, not only is Meatball a hater, but she also is a terrible communicator and a terrible friend, because she doesn't even want to talk. Like, and then the things she was saying was just so fucked up, right? Like, she was saying, oh, how can I hate on somebody that don't got shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at first I was like, wow. But I do want to maybe put in a different, or ask you a question, right? Now, we seen what Jelly said. She said she wanted to leave because these girls are damaged. These girls are fucked up. And we seen, now that we're, you know, a couple weeks in, but we seen what happened to DTB.
Right.
And what she said about how the cast is soulless. So then you have two people that are saying, like, this is like a strong, dark energy.
Right.
Can we really say that maybe Meatball isn't wrong about Tinka changing up on her, though? Because it's like, if you see that, because even, and we'll get into this in the latest episode that we saw, Meatball said Biggie changes up. When it's by themselves, they cool and it's all good. But then when she's in front of other people, you see the switch. So is it possible that even though, yes, Meatball can still be a hater, two truths can be true.
100%, yep.
She may be a hater, but is it also possible that Tink maybe, you know, and granted, to each his own, maybe she did switch up. Is possible?
I agree with you. I do think that it is possible, but I also still feel like Meatball, and I think both of them, they both hurt each other, right? At the end of the day, they're humans, and they did call each other sister. There has to be deep love for each other for you to cry about it, for you to be that upset every time we're talking about it. Obviously, this is something that this hit deep. This is a deep wound. However, I just feel like that still doesn't make up for the fact that, you know, Meatball not once congratulated her. Yeah. When she did congratulate her, it was very shady. It was just like, congratulations. Like, it was hostile.
She
like
didn't clap for her.
No, she looked mad when she was getting that chain. And not for nothing, before Meatball was even on the show, there was a live when she went live with Krishan. Because she loves Krishan. She's a fan of Krishan. They went live, and one of the things that Meatball said was like, oh, I'm trying to get on Baddies. I want to get on Baddies. Put me on there. And then Krishan tells her, they're already looking at you anyway, so they might call you anyway. So this showed me that clearly in Meatball's head, she had this high idea of Zeus Network and Baddies. So, of course, in her head, she holds getting a Baddies chain to a high standard because she's being recognized by Natalie, which is what all of them want when they first come in, right? So one of the things that she did say when her and Tink had that heated argument, she said, you know, I deserve the Baddie chain second. To even say something like that already just tells me that why won't you congratulate me? Why is it so hard for you to give me my flowers? All of this over Baddie chain?
Yeah, that's the sad part, is that people, and it goes to show you her mentality, right? Because, I mean, not to judge, but just, you know, how you carry yourself really reflects your mindset, right? Right. And I feel like Meatball, first of all, it's telling that if you're a fan of Krishan alone, that's very telling, one. Two, look at the way she dressed even at a Lemmy's party, right? Right. Very, like, you know, little, you know. And
let me just stop you right there. I'm sorry. Just to piggyback off of the fan of Krishan thing, like, you can be fans of Krishan because there are people that are fans of Krishan and aren't like that. But sometimes, no, there are certain people that I've met that are fans of Krishan and they don't act like that. However, majority of the time, a lot of her fan base, they do have a certain type of mentality. So,
and then the third thing is, sure, whatever. The third thing is you hold materialistic items to a value, a higher standard than it needed to be. And and if you do your research, or you know, you notice that really it's a sad thing, but majority of the consumption of these high brands and these expensive things comes from middle and lower class people who cannot truly afford it, and people will go into debt for these things. So again, and this is what you see predominantly in these type of mindsets, these type of people. So it's just, again, reflecting of her and who she is. I agree. It's sad.
Yeah, I agree.
But we also find out in that argument that there was clearly some animosity prior. Yeah. Because we also find out that Meatball had dissed her daughter, Tinkerbell's daughter,
in a song. Like, I don't understand how you could call someone your sister and then bring family into it like that, and then also never said her condolences when her uncle passed. There's just so much that I feel like Meatball has, and then she tried to be like, oh, when did you protect me? When did you protect me? When da-da-da-da. And I'm like, hold up.
And this goes back to the same mentality, right? Like, so this goes back to the same thing. How often do you have, I don't know, let's just say, I don't know, but you already know, if you put yourself in a hypothetical scenario, let's put ourselves, you make money. You already know what type of family members, the type of people that come around are the leeches, right? The ones that feel entitled to your money and success just because you're family. And that's what Meatball's kind of giving.
That is what she's giving.
You know, that ghetto,
she's giving that ghetto cousin. Yeah. That when you got some money, now they suddenly want to come around, or they expect something because you got it, so they just expect you to give it, and it just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work, and because they had expectations, that's what it looks like. It looks like Meatball had expectations of Tink because she feels like she brought her on. So because Tink did not fulfill those expectations, now all of a sudden it's, wow, you don't have my back. Wow, you switching up. Wow, I deserve Baddie chain second. It's not cute. It's not cute. And to think that all of that validates and justifies your reasoning for dissing her daughter in a song, how childish.
And then she was like, oh, I apologize. And then I know Tink did some stuff back, because I know that, I can't remember, I didn't write it down, but I know throughout that conversation, you could tell they hurt each other.
They hurt each other. Right.
Prior to the show.
Right. I don't know why it was built up for so long. That
leads to me to wonder, were you ever really friends? Or were you like, you know, those friends that are both successful in the same town, but y'all not really fucking friends, but y'all like business friends and you hold up a look.
Yeah.
But y'all really fake friends? Like somebody really don't like one, because like how can you really be friends with someone who disses your daughter?
I don't know, but also like you can see how their relationship started to become a little divisive when Tink got closer to Slim.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just weird because if it just feels like Meatball again has these high expectations of people. Like, once you're my friend, you're only my friend and nobody else's friend. And she does the same thing to Biggie in the later episode, which we will talk about. And it is giving childish.
Yeah, I was gonna say Meatball is seems very
emotional.
No, not
but emotionally immature.
Thank you for finishing my sentences for me.
Sorry. Also, I know you mentioned this before, but like even Meatball saying, how can I be jealous of somebody that don't got nothing?
Yeah.
It's just very telling that you expected that baddie chain because in your head, Tink don't got nothing.
And let's clock it. Why the hell was Biggie getting involved?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bro, I'm sorry. Look, I know a lot of people said that Biggie, we're biased towards Biggie, but I've been saying this behind closed doors, and, I'm going to say it here. I'm side-eyeing Biggie this whole season, and I felt it. I felt it before the show aired that I would be, because how can you... I feel like, I'm very realistic, very logical person. I can see how that shit, that MVB shit, can get in your head. Mm-hmm. Most valuable baddie.
Right.
And, she came up. But she's done so many questionable things this season that it's kind of like annoying me at this point. Why? Yeah, I get it. Meatball's your friend, but mind your business. These are friends that have been together prior to you.
Yeah, and also they were like sisters, so you should just stay out of any of that type of, anything.
Why are you sitting there getting involved? Mm-hmm. It was weird. Mm-hmm. It was weird. Like, Biggie, come on, you're pissing me off, bro. Like, be cool.
Yeah.
Be the Biggie you was when you was auditioning. Be that Biggie. Do you remember that Biggie? Because that Biggie was you were a bad bitch and you were confident, but you weren't arrogant. This season, you're giving arrogant. But Rolly, I want to talk about Rolly, because when the replacements moved in, Rolly was like, oh, what's the big deal if the replacements move in? Mm-hmm. And I thought it was funny and a little hypocritical because she was mad when Biggie was the replacement, and she tried to kick her out and try to get her out. So
it's so interesting. Like, I feel like Rolly on Baddies Caribbean right now, she's like a fly on the wall. She's just like, well, I'm injured reserve. I'm hurting. I'm just going to watch. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just here, but I'm going to just say a little something, but I ain't doing nothing. That's what it feels like with Rolly this season.
100%.
She's like, oh, I like the replacement. They did their big one, but why y'all so mad?
Yeah.
It's like she's like an overseer of this whole shit.
I'm not gonna lie though. I like that she's an overseer, and she did annoy me when she fucking snuck Wretch, but I do like her when she's out of
not talking.
Yes. Exactly. Please stay on the sideline.
Not talking.
It's nice to see her calm, because I actually wrote that in my notes in this last episode.
Yeah.
That she was calm.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
Girl, don't be you know what I mean? Stay like that. I love it. Moving on.
I'm dead. Yeah, so Nunu and Kiva finally come in the house, and then all shit breaks loose. I'm gonna have to clock Ahna here, I guess because there's this weird beef, whatever. We Neo production told Nunu to start with Ahna. So there's this whole thing. Now they're in the house. Now the girls are like, oh, y'all not taking my rooms. Y'all not taking my rooms. And there's this whole thing. They don't want them in the house. And there's a whole argument. And then Ahna keeps saying, oh, we could fight, but is not really fighting. She kept saying it so many times, like, oh, we could fight. I'm with whatever. Like, run up. But wasn't doing any running up, and I get it. I get that Ahna Mac is a fan favorite. However, you guys really need to stop letting her go with this scary shit. Like, you guys really allow her to not stand on her shit. Because if it was anyone else, you would be like, oh, you scary. But with Ahna, y'all seem to just forget that she does a lot of talking and she doesn't really stand on anything that she says. And I feel like, I know she don't care. Obviously not. She don't give a fuck. But, you know, I just feel like this is just something we need to point out. You keep saying you want to fight Nunu. Nunu is saying I'm with whatever, like whatever. We already know the replacements are with whatever. They have nothing to lose. They don't care. They have something to prove, right? But you are not running up. You're not doing anything. And I get it. This season, you are injured reserve too. Your face is fractured. But honestly, you were like that the last season too. And you were like that at the reunion when you snuck ET. You snuck ET, but then you didn't give ET a fair round. Why?
True.
Why?
Very
and
true.
I feel like we keep seeing these things with her, and I'm really getting tired of people just kind of giving her a pass with that.
Because she's small. Because she's small. But
Yeah.
look at Mariah Lynn, and listen, I can't stand Mariah Lynn, but one thing Mariah Lynn is gonna do is squabble.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what size the other person is.
Even if she loses every single time.
Right. And y'all don't care about that. Y'all don't care about that. But with Ahna Mac, y'all are so quick to say, oh, she's small. Please.
And not for nothing.
Please.
I don't give a fuck if your face is truly fractured,
stop
talking shit. Because look what happened. Look what happens. And you know what it is? Ahna is so comfortable because she knows that she has she has the biggest player of them all by her side, and that's Tasiki.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you can tell with how she moves and how she talks.
Yeah.
And that's what it gives to me. And honestly, I'm really over it because there's really nothing. What's the word? I mean, there's nothing like I can't respect you. I can't respect you with you acting like that. Like, you're not really a respectable individual. You are funny. I'm sure you're a cool person to hang out with, go to the club with. I'm sure you're lit. But it's just that weird, scary shit. You did the same thing with Krishan. How you were like, oh no, I never said that. I didn't mean it like that. After you did say, oh, she been slow. You know, so we keep seeing these patterns with you and people keep letting it slide. And I just wish that you would stand on what you say. If you said it, say you said it. If you're gonna fight, fight. If you're gonna do something, do it. That's one thing I don't like when someone says they're gonna do something and they don't do it. It's not really cute to me. It's ugly. And the fact that I feel like people keep letting her get away with that because what? They like her or she's a fan favorite. I don't know. It's weird. Let's just clock it. Like, even if you love her, clock it. That's all. That's all I want to say about that. So moving on, of course, Diamond decides she's going to fight for Ahna. I'm just zooming through this because, yes, they do the little rah-rah back and forth. Tasiki's like, nobody's fighting Ahna because her face is fractured. Okay, cool. Diamond decides, let me fight for Ahna, right? And I don't know how they started fighting, but they just started fighting, clearly. They just started fighting. And in the midst of that fight, Biggie is sneaking and all this stuff is happening. I think she sneaks Nunu. It's just a lot going on. And in that point, I was like, Biggie, why are you getting involved?
Again.
Why are you getting involved?
Did it to Tink and Meatball.
Why are you sneaking? Why are you sneaking? And something that honestly doesn't really have anything to do with you at this moment. If Diamond is fighting for Ahna, let her fight for Ahna. And that's that. You really didn't need to get involved. It was a lot going on. It was a lot going on. And then after that,
isn't that where Nunu sneaks Diamond?
Yeah, because Diamond got her. And then that's when Nunu decides to sneak Diamond. And Diamond does her super exaggerated fall over the couch. Like, I feel like that bitch did that shit on purpose. Like, she really, like, legs up in the air. Like, I was like, girl.
She an actress, yo.
She really is. Like, the BBL was bouncing off the couch on the floor, legs in the air, whole wide. I was like, girl, you know damn well she didn't hit you that hard.
Yo,
you're so like dramatic. This is why I say with the theatrics, like, you're always with the theatrics. But that's essentially how that episode ended off. Now that brings us into the next episode, because obviously this episode ended with Nunu and Diamond having their little fight. Then that brings us into the next episode where now Big Kiva and DTB are fighting, and like, it's this whole thing. So bear with us here. Now we see that it's time for Diamond and Kiva to fight, and they have their ones. And in the midst of them having their fight, this is when Diamond kind of like brings Kiva to the couch. And in this moment, Ahna Mac decides to sneak Kiva while Diamond is already fighting her. And this is what I'm talking about with Ahna. I'm really sick and tired of this shit. Like, you can't be doing this if your face is fractured. Why are you jumping in fights if your face is fractured?
And her excuse was that she thought that she was she swung at Biggie.
Girl, I really don't know. That's what they said, but it was so much going on. I know Biggie snuck somebody. She snuck somebody, so I don't even know.
And Ahna said that she snuck Kiva because from her peripheral, it looked like Kiva tried to sneak Biggie. And Biggie literally was like, that never happened.
Right.
That never happened.
True.
And
Biggie was like, Ahna, what's wrong with you?
And Ahna got mad. No, don't be fucking like getting mad because like, bro, that never happened.
Yeah.
You just weird.
You're just weird knowing that people aren't going to hit you back. It's a little unfair. You're not playing fair and it's fucked up. And honestly, I can't respect that, the character or whatever you play on this show. So when I saw that Ahna jumped in and snuck Kiva, I was like, are you serious? And now if Kiva were to beat you up, now everybody will look at Kiva. Oh, she's a bully. Ahna's small. Her face is fractured. And this is the shit that gets me upset. And that's when Kiva went on to say, well, somebody has to catch the fade for her because she's tiny. I'm not even going to fight her. Somebody has to catch the fade.
And that's respectable. And that says a lot about Big Kiva and her personality and her person because look, there's some people you meet the wrong one. You meet the wrong one, they don't give a fuck.
They don't care. You hit me.
Look what happened to Whoa Vicky. Look what happened to Whoa Vicky, bro. Like they don't care.
Krishan don't care.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
she was willing to beat Ahna up, pregnant and all. She did not care. She was like, move. Like, I don't care if you're small. The fuck? Slap that bitch.
Yeah.
Slap her. The fuck? So, anywho, you know, and that's why Tiki was like, she's fragile. She's fragile. Whatever. I don't know. I just feel like it's too much now. Like, you're moving too much. Like, you know nobody's not going to hit you. It's not cute. And I just don't fuck with it. So, you know, the whole time as, you know, Big Kiva's upset that this whole thing happened, Ahna's throwing her wig in the pool and doing all this extra shit and talking a lot of shit. And I'm like, all right, you're doing a lot, but you have not ran a fade with nobody. You have not fought with anyone. You have not stood on anything that you said. And we see this with you time and time again.
When she does, she runs.
Right.
When she does the few times she'll bounce around and run and
exactly.
It's all like, you know, very like you don't want to throw hands. You just want to look like you're throwing hands.
Exactly. And honestly, I'm really over it and I'm tired of the community giving her a pass for that. And I don't think it's fair because if you don't give nobody else a pass, why are you giving her a pass? What? Because she's funny? Like, okay, we can say that she's funny, but you can also say that she's a little scary too. Like, that's fine. And I wish she would admit that. If that's the case, then admit that. Then I would have more respect for you. But like, you're not even admitting that. You're just talking shit so much and you're doing things and you're antagonizing people and you're not standing on it. You're not standing on anything.
And then what annoyed me the most, because that whole thing was so extra when can't even, I mean, you can't even really stand on it for real. But then you have Big Sis Tasiki fucking talking about, you know, you not gonna hit her, whatever the fuck she said, but standing up. And I'm just like looking at Tasiki like, you can't tell me that you real friends with Mariah Lynn, bro.
Yeah,
you can't tell me.
For real.
You really, Mariah Lynn and Ahna were fighting and Ahna brought you in and you said not a damn thing.
Nothing.
But no one brought you in on this fight and yet you stood up.
She stood up. She came to the front and everything. And I'm like, so why didn't you just fight Big Kiva for Ahna?
And not exactly.
That's what my thing was. Why didn't you guys just fight? Because that would have been a good fight.
And not for nothing, it kind of annoyed me, that whole scene, because it just, you know, it just felt like a bunch of mean girls. Like, they were all ganging up. The OGs are ganging up on this replacement, which granted, I guess it's designed to be that way, right? Like, but it's just not fair. And I understand when Kiva was like, it's not fair, because it really truly is not fair. Not only are you, you know, they're ganging up on you because of just, you know, just because that's just what it's meant to be. But still, I felt that because it's like, what the fuck? Like, She just snuck me. I'm trying to do the right thing by telling who's gonna take this fade, and yet y'all over here like, you don't go hit her.
Yeah.
So then fucking fight.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, why didn't Tasiki just? And that's when Diamond snuck her again because she figured, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna just fight you again. So, and that's when they decided to do their second round, and this time Kiva got her. She dragged her. It was a lot. They was both just going back and forth, but she definitely won that round. She dragged her and then she flipped her on the floor. It was crazy.
Body slammed her,
for real. I was like, damn.
And DTV just ate it.
She did. She ate it for real. That's why I'm like, Tasiki really knocked some sense into her for her to talk about I'm quitting reality TV.
Yeah,
because
for real.
She really don't be caring. She be fighting people who don't be caring.
Oh yeah, so, for real. So now moving on from that, right? They go out that night and they go to El Patio, and we went there.
We did.
That was like more for an older crowd. More like my parents' age.
But it was still fun.
It was a really good time, and you could tell like they was doing less twerking and a lot more salsa y merengue, which was funny to watch.
that was actually how it was a different vibe.
Yeah, for sure. And we know they love bringing out the balloons. They was all doing the little, thing going on over there. It seemed like a good time because they... They were having fun with them balloons.
Why the fuck did you look like that? You really...
I know. But yeah, so, and what's her name lost her voice. A couple people lost their voice the next day. So you could tell it was a good time.
Right. Obviously, they have fun at, El Patio. And then after that is when they decide they are going to go to the beach and go on a catamaran. But as they're on their way, everybody's in different cars and they're having conversations, just conversations. And so in one separate car, we do see that Meatball brings up the chain again. She brings up the chain, and before talking about that, she's already talking about how like, oh, she's not trying to go nowhere and be fake and do the usual shit. She's always talking shit. But she brings up the whole thing again about why she didn't get a chain. She wants to know when she's going to get a chain. And the girls are telling her, like, just wait your turn. You'll get the chain. Jayla's letting her know, too, like, this shouldn't define you. Like, whether I got this chain or not, I know I'm still a baddie. I know I'm still a bad bitch.
This conversation is so childish.
Right. So fucking childish. It feels like Jayla's talking to a child.
Jayla loves that.
She does. She really does. That's why she loves Krishan. I mean, no shade, but that's really what it is. Like that's why she sees Krishan as her little sister. She wants to take her in, whatever. Okay? She loves to do that shit, yo. What did I say? I forgot what I said. But she always loved baby and these ghetto bitches for real. But anywho, she starts talking about that. And my thing is like, Meatball, we're on a different episode. What is this, episode 18?
Yeah.
You still talking about this baddie's chain, bro? And you were with these bitches for months. You telling me months you was still thinking about baddies?
It was a month.
A month, 4 weeks. You still thinking about baddie's chain, bro. And even after the fact.
She can't sleep.
She can't eat, bro. She can't eat.
That's why she was not trying to share that shrimp with Biggie.
Yo, stop. Yeah, she can't sleep. She can't eat. That's all she think about is this damn baddie chain. I was like, damn, yo, like you're doing a lot.
But yeah, and then there was also a funny scene. I really enjoyed Kiva fucking trying to put her eyelash on the entire fucking car ride.
That shit had me weak. But can we talk about Meatball switch up with her outfit though?
Oh,
with the red hair, no belly was out, makeup did. I was like, shorty really trying to get her baddie chain.
She really
she want that baddie chain so bad. She said, let me look cute today.
It took 18 episodes to finally see fucking Meatball. With first time I didn't see her belly out, which was like wild. I'm like, oh thank God. But like, wow. It was nice to see her dressed nice.
Yeah, but also
fucking put in effort, bitch.
You can tell that there's some insecurity there because also she does mention like, I don't look like you girls, but like I feel like I don't need to look like you girls to get a baddie. No one
said that because look at Rolly and look at Biggie.
Right, exactly. Rolly just now got surgery, but she ain't always look like that.
And also Biggie is not getting like she's not the type to really be doing all that. What fucking Rolly, because Rolly's hella insecure,
right?
And you know what I mean. And like again, it just reflects a lot. Everything that Meatball says really just reflects her and her own insecurities.
Right. But that scene that you're talking about with Kiva and Nunu in the car had me cracking up. Shorty was talking about, I need to be prepared. What if they push me overboard? They push me in the water, bitch. I'm like, yo.
She was hella paranoid, bro. She was not playing.
That shit had me weak. Because I'm like, who is pushing your big ass over in that damn water?
I like Big Kiva. She's
funny as hell. She was like, they better not push me in the water. They better not push me. I'm like,
she was not playing.
Oh my God,
Serious as hell.
Nunu was just laughing at her. Like, why?
Because
who's pushing you? Who's doing that? But listen, Kiva ready for anything. Good for her.
I feel her.
Yeah, because you never know with that damn network.
You can't trust nobody.
No, and that's just what it is. So she needed to, keep her head on the swivel, and she did just that. And I mean, it looked like they ended up having a lot of fun. They get to the beach, and of course, they're waiting. There's always something, right?
Yo, they were waiting, and it was like getting close to dark, bro.
Yo, you saw the sun going down. You saw the shadows increase. I was like, wow, they really weren't joking when they said they were waiting for that long to the point where the sun was going down.
And that's why I go back to saying what I say. I feel like Zeus Network is a social experiment. Not even Zeus Network, but these reality TV shows. Like anybody studying psychology and sociology, getting your master's, I think is a great research paper because...
And Natalie studied sociology. She knows what the fuck she's doing, okay?
Thank you. That's facts. You telling me this is amazing. That's so... I didn't put two and two together. You're right. And I know I've said this before, but yes, exactly. And they do this on purpose. How are you going to tell these girls you're going to get ready to go to a catamaran and have them waiting out there till the dusk to go on a catamaran? They was ready for the sun. You could tell they was ready to go out for the sun.
Right.
And they just sitting there stressed and probably hungry.
Just waiting.
In the heat.
In the heat. That DR heat is no fucking joke.
No joke.
They lucky they was by water, so they had a little bit of breeze. But
true.
Still. So, of course, you already knew what was something. Turns out Bianca's back. I am sick and tired of this fucking dried up, lame, tasteless storyline. The storyline don't got no flavor. It don't taste good. It don't look good. I'm over it. It's dried up and it's washed up.
Yeah.
Bianca and Sapphire. What the fuck? Why are you back? I thought you were gone like mad episodes ago. Then you showed up at Lemmy's party. Now you're showing up at the beach. It's like production called her because they were like, all right, we need some more drama. The girls are getting along too much. We need to spice it up. And that's what it gave. That's really what it gave. They probably paid her extra to come back and whatever. Because, she already made that comment before talking about how I already got paid. I'm not running no more fades.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly it showed that you might have gotten paid again just to start some drama.
Run a fade with Sapphire.
Again.
Yeah.
So that's probably why she didn't run it before, because she wasn't getting paid for that because she knows her worth. But now that she got paid, she's like, all right, fine, run it, whatever.
Bianca's weird, bro.
She is weird. She is. I'm done.
I don't really know where like her real intentions are.
No.
I just feel like, I don't know, man. She acts scary.
She does, yo. She ran to that car.
So yeah, so then they fucking, what is it, Mariah? Oh, so Bianca's talking to Natalie about how, she don't want to apologize. And then all of a sudden Sapphire fucking charging towards Bianca.
Yeah, because y'all doing too much talking. We know why you're here.
Yeah.
Let's get it over with. Come on now. I want to go on the boat.
Yeah, exactly. And so they start squabbling, and then Mariah Lynn and her start squabbling, and then fucking next thing you know, fucking Bianca's running away.
Yeah, she walked so fast barefoot on those DR streets to the car. I couldn't believe she really walked that fast. She was speed walking to that damn car, yo. I was like...
And plus, Sapphire was like, oh, put down your shoes. And she refused to. What?
Yeah,
like,
so
I feel
weird.
like Bianca does a lot of fucking... She's scary shit. Like, she spits. Like, why
that is disgusting.
She got in the car, rolled the window
to
up,
spit again,
and then rolled. She threw the bottle, water bottle first.
Yeah,
and then she rolled it down to spit. Like, what the fuck? Like, you a dirty ass bitch.
Yeah, it was giving dirty, and it really was giving scary. Like,
you really comfortable spitting like that?
Yeah, like I don't think and she be spitting a lot. Like it be hefty. Like it be like a gunk of whiteness just coming out of that mouth. I'm like, how the fuck you get that much out of your fucking mouth?
That's so ugly to me. But Sapphire kicked her ass.
Yeah, Sapphire did her big one. Good for her. She didn't do that with ET, but you know. Win some, lose some.
Yeah.
Anywho, but then, Mariah get into her squabble, and Mariah is talking a lot of shit.
Acting like she won.
Yeah, and that's when Rolly...
This was funny.
This was hilarious. This is when Rolly decides to announce that Mariah did not win shit. She said, yes, Sapphire did her big one, but Mariah, I don't know. She lost that fight. I don't know. And, Mariah didn't really like when she said that when they finally decided to go on the Catamaran. Of course, Rolly decides to, again, further announce in front of everybody that Mariah lost. Mariah didn't like that. Mariah got emotional. She got off the fucking boat. And, listen, man, Rolly, they were ODing. Like, we get it. She lost, but like Rolly kept repeating it. Then Natalie, what did you say again? What did you say? Like, Natalie repeated it. Everybody was talking about it. It was like so extra at that point.
And they knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing. Like, you got this girl crying now. Like, she was already crying before then, trauma bonding with Sapphire, talking about I love you. Like, because they beat up fucking Bianca. Now they have something in common with each other. It just felt so weird that Mariah started crying, talking about I love you. Seemed like she was clearly emotional before the fight even happened. She seemed like she was emotional this entire season. Yeah. Clearly this season took a toll on her, where she had to call her mom to come, fly her mom out because she needed somebody in her corner. She felt like she didn't have nobody in her corner. Mm-hmm. So it's just a lot going on. So yes, Mariah did not take it too well that Rolly said that. Rolly didn't care. Rolly's like, bitch, this is baddies. Why are you crying? so yes.
I thought it was funny, especially when Rolly and Natalie were recapping the next day. Yo, it was just funny to watch how Rolly
just did not care.
Calm Rolly
did not care.
I enjoy it. Like, if you're gonna be a bitch, be calm, because it's funny when you're calm.
It is funny. It is funny. But that's essentially where the episode ends with that whole fight. We kind of like melded you guys into the next episode with the whole thing about Rolly. So if you watch the episode, then you'll see where we're headed.
You guys know. You watch the show. You watch us to recap it together.
Exactly.
Anyways, we're already in episode 19. So.
Right. Now, this is also that episode where the girls decide that they are going to go to Santo Domingo to visit Biggie's family.
Girl, can we talk about... I was fucking over it. I was so over the amount of times I heard Santo Domingo.
San Domingo.
I'm sorry. And I mean that respectfully. Like, I get it. You don't got to speak Spanish, but you don't have to speak Spanish to say Santo Domingo. And then, okay, fine. Cool. Say Santo Domingo. But how many times do we hear these girls say that?
Yeah. Or they could have said Santo Domingo.
No, like, come on. Like, what the fuck? Editors was just like, it just kept hearing it. And it was irking my soul.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, we heard the fucking first 3 baddies say it.
Yeah.
We don't need to hear it.
To back.
It was hurting my ears.
I just wonder who's in the editing room, because you're not really doing a good job at editing.
Yeah, because we keep seeing the Christopher Columbus fucking statue. This is episode 18. I mentioned this like episode 12. I'm still seeing the fucking Christopher Columbus statue from Puerto Rico while you're in DR. Why? Lord, bro, what the fuck? These uncultured ass fucking editors, bro. Yo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come on, bro. It's annoying at this point.
Yo, I'm weak.
It really bothers me. I'm sorry. It's the editor in me.
I know when I edit this shit, I'm gonna be cracking the fuck up when I come to this part. That's all I know. So yes, how do you feel about Biggie getting her own scene with her family?
Oh my God, I wrote this down. So I wrote down, I'm gonna read it to you. I think it's a boss move. Mm-hmm. I think I really enjoyed that First of all, the fact that you saw it in the beginning when Biggie chose not to go to the trail with them earlier in the season.
Yeah.
How
she did her own thing
with Tommy.
Yeah, that's right.
And then now, you know, I really loved this scene with Biggie and her culture and hearing about the history, because you know I am big on culture. I love culture and think everybody should do this. This was something nice. I really enjoyed this scene. I enjoyed that Biggie got to showcase who she is and where she comes from in a deeper level, other than, you know, the fucking the same spots that everybody goes to in Punta Cana.
Right.
Santo Domingo is a little bit more realistic as to what it's like to live in DR. And it was really nice. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a boss move.
Yeah, for sure. I was like surprised. I was like, wow, you're getting your own little scene with your family. That's cute.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I just wondered how that come about. Like, you know, did people have to sign off on certain things? Like, how did that go? Like, the process in terms of your whole family?
Yeah.
But I thought it was so cute. Like, I felt like that scene was so wholesome. And, you know, of course, she brought the closest ones with her, Tasiki and Ahna. It was really cute. Ahna was like, my tia. That was mad cute. And then, like, you know, Biggie's mom looked at them like her daughters. It was very cute.
It was nice. And, you know, you got not only that, but you know, it's unfortunate that they didn't have a translation at the bottom. But what you really hear,
I mean,
what you hear is Biggie's mom express how, you know, it's hard that Biggie's living this new life now because she doesn't get time to spend with her daughter, but she knows that she's doing better for herself, you know, because Biggie grew up there and lived in that, you know, it's a small little island and most people don't really make it out like that. So, you know, it was really wholesome, shows how grounded her family is. And also it was nice to see that, like, you know, you have Ahna, who is semi-Spanish speaking. You can tell she's not really that Spanish speaking. But then you also have Tasiki, which again shows that, you know, you don't have to speak Spanish to really embrace the culture, because you had your friends there to translate. The grandma making those skirts was so cute and so in character of a grandma, especially like a Latina grandma, you know what I mean? And those skirts are traditional. Loved it. I loved the culture in that scene. And I think it's nice because you don't really take away a lot of real life lessons when you watch Zeus and real life things. You don't. So this, I feel like,
was wholesome.
You really took away Santo Domingo history, culture. You got to see the skirts. Like, that shit is traditional as fuck.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yo, the grandma had me weak though. With the baddie shot o'clock.
Yo, I don't know what grandma was saying, bro. I had no idea.
She said, no. I don't know what the fuck.
She was saying some shit in Spanish, but she was not saying baddie shot o'clock. That shit made me laugh.
Yo, you started this movie. That shit had me weak. I was like, yo, I'm weak, yo. But that was very cute.
Yeah, I love that.
But before we even get to that part, you know, the girls go into Meatball's room.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Meatball, the kid, you know, so, you know, they go into the room talking about Meatball, get up, let's go. The girl's not dressed. And she's like, I'm not going because I don't want to be around fake bitches. Okay, don't know what that means. And this is where I guess she felt like Biggie switched up on her. And then on the ride to Santo Domingo is when they're in the car, and it's weird.
This is where we
find out. And apparently it was over shrimp. But I don't really know. I really don't know. Clearly it seems to be like not even animosity, but just maybe some pent up feelings. And the shrimp just where everything set it off. The shrimp is where everything set it off.
Bro, I literally had Tiana rewind it. I literally said, can we rewind that, please? Because I thought I missed something.
Yo, they was really mad about shrimp, bro.
Only heard shrimp. And I had 7 shrimp. And I was like, wait, did I miss something? Because I don't understand. They're not fighting about shrimp, right? I said, yo, let's ride it back. And yo, they was really fighting about shrimp because she had 7 and Biggie said she was hangry and wanted one. And then Meatball said no. And then it was apparently a joke. And that was it. And you could tell, obviously, his deeper feelings of the shrimp.
Yeah.
Because Meatball did express that, again, that Biggie acts one way when they're together alone, and then when Biggie's with her crew, she acts a different way, which I could see it.
Right. I mean,
Meatball's got to stop fucking crying about it.
She needs to get with the fucking program.
That's it.
Meatball, get with the fucking program. Stop fucking crying about it and grow up.
And
honestly,
to find out that they bring her on, they get her to go into the car with, mind you, you're meeting Biggie's family.
Right.
That doesn't mean nothing to you.
Yeah. She's
right?
just making it about her.
It doesn't mean nothing to you because I feel like if you're introducing me, we on a network. We are coworkers. And if you consider me special enough to bring me around your family,
like that's a big deal. It's a big deal. And then she didn't go.
Clearly, it's not a big deal because look how quickly she turned on her quote unquote sister Tink.
Yeah.
And family don't mean shit, clearly, to her.
Right. And then she was just so quick to get extremely just like defensive and emotional with Biggie and not even talk about it. You could tell she didn't talk to her about it, which is why there was pent up emotions when Biggie asked for a fucking trip. Yeah. Like, you know, so
she was like, oh yeah, well, we don't gotta talk about it. We just she said something real quick, like she don't want to talk about it. We could just go our separate ways.
Yes, that's what she said. And I'm just like, this is why you falling out with people. You falling out over dumb shit that you could have had a conversation about.
Right.
So you don't say nothing. It piles up. Then all of a sudden that person was never there for you. You never fucking said anything, you dumb fuck. Like, grow up.
Yeah,
grow up, man. You act like an 11-year-old. I don't know who's worse, her or E.T.
I mean, look at the tantrum she threw when she was in the beach. She was literally like screaming like a little kid, like, yeah, like you saw the side fucking veins and shit. Like she was really screaming.
Yeah, but it's just like I can't hold my feelings in for that long. So I don't know how y'all don't talk about it.
So she dead ass didn't go.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
But you know, like, God has a funny way of being, you know, of doing things like that though. And I don't mean to get religious.
And removing those people from your life. The fuck?
Like I'm not even, you know, whatever. The higher powers, whatever you believe in. Because like, look, I mean, it really is special. Like, you know, the grandma really made skirts for them. Yeah. And for Meatball was not meant to be there. She wasn't special enough.
Right.
I think.
I agree.
And it worked out that way.
I agree. And this is the first season they're meeting. You know, they don't know each other like that. But that is essentially everything. That is what happened. I don't remember the preview for the next episode. Honestly, I really don't remember.
Oh man, I don't care. Yo, we've been filming for like 4 hours.
Yeah, so it's
so
over.
We're tired. I'm sorry. I mean, I hate to. Oh, we missed the spot. We missed the part where they're in the van and Tink starts crying about Meatball and expressing.
Yeah, but we already talked about that so many times.
That's
true. We know Meatball is just like weird, you know, and it again, it's obvious that it hurts Tink because she can't even talk about it without crying.
Yeah, which goes to show you how deep it must hurt to lose a friend over a baddie's chain.
Over a fucking chain.
I am curious to know what you guys think.
100%.
Let us know in the comments below what you thought about these last few episodes. I know we're a little behind, but we are catching up.
We definitely are catching up.
We are approaching the reunion soon, the end of the season, so it's been a ride.
Wow, what the fuck?
True. But yeah, so curious to know what you guys thought about these episodes. Let us know. Did we miss something? Do you have a different opinion? Also, we are looking to have a name for you guys, like our community.
Yeah, for real.
Let us know.
Let us know what we should call y'all. What y'all want to be cool. What we should call us.
Yes, us as a community.
Us as a community, because I'm coming up with some stupid ass fucking names. Y'all.
We don't need to talk about it no more. But yeah, I'm curious. And hey, you know, always keep the conversations open-minded. You know, we're here to have a conversation, not to hate on each other. You know, at the end of the day, we're all human. So to come up with some cool names, y'all. Everything is open. We're open ears.
Yeah.
So
with that being said, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Randomania1. You guys can find us on Instagram at the Petty Headquarters Podcast. We release episodes every Tuesday at 4 p.m. We're on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Yes. Wherever you listen to your podcasts on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, Amazon, whatever the case is, we are there. Check us out. And YouTube, the Petty Headquarters. You already know the deal. So with that being said, this was your weekly dose of mess. It's so weird every time.